Yeah, come on back on up in here, y'all, real quick. Told y'all we was getting this workout in today. But I also got information for y'all, as usual. Got information for y'all. Let's go ahead and scoot y'all back a little bit. Yeah, y'all get on up in here. Mods, as y'all come in, please monitor YouTube. Keep YouTube on the monitor. Yeah, anybody who say anything out of line, get them niggas back in shape. Get them back in line. But the homie Nino Brown say that there's some shit going on right now, right? He say there's some shit going on. So I think y'all need to pay attention and listen up.
Tell you something. Danger. Y'all women that walk around with them goddamn Birkin bags, the Louis bags, all in the goddamn Birkin store. You done got finesse out your goddamn check. Cause all that shit fake. I'm talking about the $3,000 one, the $2,000 one. If you got the $5,000 one, I don't care how much is spun on it. It's high price knockoff. It's fugazi. You thought you was better than them girls with them knockoff bags at the goddamn discount mall. The whole time you were going up in the goddamn Louis store and the Gucci store, and it was just a better smelling, better prepared knockoff store that charged you some goddamn high-ass price on some knockoff bags, fugazi, and just gave you a glass of champagne while you spent your goddamn money. This Chinese man I'm about to show you exposed the entire luxury brand industry. He say,
lay it on
y'all bad that y'all walk around is made by him and they all fake. Y'all got bamboozled. Check this shit out.
Some say as long as there's a tag saying made in China, the bag can never be luxury. However, in fact, more than 80% of the luxury bags in the world are made in China. And those luxury brands just won't acknowledge that. They take almost finished bags from China factories back to their own countries and just do the repackaging and logo installing, something like that. That way, the bags will appear at their boutiques as made in Italy or made in France. You know, those sophisticated European countries, which make you feel mysterious, royal, and thus luxury. Now, close your eyes. Let's just do a little, very easy experiment in your head, okay? Imagine that you have Hermes bag and suddenly the label on it changed from made in France into made in China, while everything else like leathers, zippers, and hardware remain the same. Do you suddenly feel that your bag is not as luxury as before? If you do, that means you have been misled and poisoned by the market campaign of those luxury brands for too long. Welcome to the real world. Now you see, those bags are made in China by our intelligent and diligent Chinese artisans. Let's not be poisoned and misled by the market campaign any longer and be a real person. Buy a bag from our factory in China, see the real world for yourself.
Now, if I was you, I'd take all them goddamn bags back. If you still got the receipts, I'd go down there to Louis, Gucci, Birkin, and get my goddamn money back. Then exactly the same hour, exactly as I'm walking out the store. In fact, while I'm in the store, while they running me my money, I'll be downloading the Alibaba DHgate app to get the same bag that I just returned if I was you. But this time, instead of the thousands of dollars that you spent on the purse, I get the knockoff purse. But this time, I'll put the thousands of dollars in the purse. That's the goddamn game. Cause y'all
bingo! Did you hear it? Wait a second. Hold on, Nino. Hold up, Nino. Hold up, big dog. Yeah, you say that you would rather have $1,000 in a motherfucking $20 bag than to have a $1,000 bag with $20 in it. That's basically what you saying, right, Nino? Okay, that's basically what all of the rich niggas did. That's what they did. They sure did. So, we gonna go ahead and let Nino finish this out. While I finish running.
you were better than everybody else, and you ain't have nothing in it but a stick of gum, a food stamp card, a couple of goddamn receipts, and some goddamn toilet. And that's all you had. Because when you come on out of nowhere, you gotta have something to put. That's all you had in there. You thought I was stupid. DHK is the one, baby. Because that's what they doing. They going over there, hollering at Jeannie Martin. They hollering that goddamn Jet Li, Jackie Chan them, and getting the bags, baby, and charging you a up price since y'all want to goddamn make it so much about the labor. That's what they doing. DHK. Whoa. So T-Move could spin they goddamn wheels, baby. The whole time, Louis wasn't nothing but some high-priced pleather fugazi.
Told y'all.
That made in China sign on out the goddamn bag and put a made in Italy tag on there. You thought you was special. You ain't never been to Italy, and you thought you was goddamn doing it because you wasn't.
Told you.
Look.
Everything that look good ain't good.
How to sell to the
These rapping niggas been selling y'all out.
They pulled the you on you, like when you go to a house for a birthday gift and you cut the tag off and then you put a whole new bag and put a whole new spin on it before the handoff at the goddamn birthday party. Them people don't even know. You just spent $6.99 on some shit. They thought you spent $99.99. I believe the truth coming out because the export tariffs going on that goddamn Donna got going on in that goddamn office.
Yeah.
I believe that
A lot of truth coming out in 2025.
Chinese manufacturers because the shipping was too high.
And you are what you eat and what you wear, nigga.
Got mad because they
Fake ass niggas.
cut, and they threatened to expose the industry, and that's exactly what they did.
What I just said.
Finding out all these goddamn facts about these goddamn bags in that industry on these luxury brands that don't want you to store anyway. They got scanners that scan your pockets and your credit card when you walk in.
Dumbass
like
niggas.
Casino. If you know what I know now, are you still going to Louis a birthday and spending $5,000 on a purse? Or you finna kill your ass at DHK, Alibaba, and get it from the same people? You know the plug now, cuz. Yeah, what you gonna do? You still gonna be boo-boo the fool? Or you finna show them just how smart you really is? Your mama ain't raised no goddamn fool. Comment let me know what you doing, man. Do you still feel special? Walking around town swinging that expensive ass knockoff purse, the one you be wearing that ain't got no goddamn money in it. All it got is a goddamn sticker bump and some goddamn toilet paper for when your period come on. That's all you got. And a food card and a wig appointment for your wig. They finna cut off your milk. That's how you got it done. But you walk around, the purse cost more than your goddamn apartment. You ain't got no apartment. Comment if you still feel special, baby. Let me know how you feel. Because they just exposed some shit, and it's finna get uglier than that. See, Trump bringing the truth out. It might get a little hard. It's gonna get a little hard. It's gonna get a little better. That's what he's saying. And guess what?
What I tell y'all, it's gotta get worse before it get better. The truth gotta come out.
He playing because he take.
What I tell y'all, didn't I tell y'all the truth gotta come out? If the truth don't come out, then ain't none of you motherfuckers gonna understand that y'all been living a lie and been getting played on. You been getting played on by the older generation. You getting played on by everybody. Everybody. Straight up. Just like when I found out how these niggas was playing on me. Yeah, I found that out. But neither here nor there. Good looking, Nino. Good looking, big homie. Keeping us up to date with these fuck niggas and these stupid ass ignorant hoes. Good looking, big dog. Yup. Bomb money. Oh man, don't nobody want to talk about Carmelo Anthony. Fuck him. And fuck that whole situation. All right, let's get into this. Why was I chosen? Why was I really chosen? And what does it mean? What does it tell you? Why was I chosen by God instead of you? Let's listen to what the scriptures got to say.
This isn't by chance. Do you really think the distance you felt from your mother or the separation was some random occurrence? No, my friend, this is all part of a greater plan. You are here for a reason. You are chosen. This isn't a cruel twist of fate. This is divine purpose. And that pain you've carried for so long? It wasn't for nothing. It was a part of your preparation,
Absolutely.
a stepping stone for something extraordinary. What if
Everything
you
these
endured
chumps
was designed
took
to shape you,
and threw
to
at me,
build
I
you
shook it
into
off.
someone stronger than you could have imagined? Don't just scroll past this moment. Stop and reflect. Ask yourself, are you truly ready to step into the truth of why you've been set apart? Are you ready to embrace the power that has been quietly forming within you?
Absolutely.
You've always sensed it, haven't you?
Yes, sir.
A deep, almost unshakable feeling of separation.
Yeah.
A distance between you and the world around you.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it made you question your worth,
Nope.
your place,
Not
and
that.
the grand design of your life. But hear this.
What's happening, y'all?
This
What's
was
happening?
never meant to be a punishment. It was a divine act, a holy separation, designed so that God could mold you into the person you were always meant to be.
Absolutely.
It wasn't about
Let's go.
tearing you away from what you knew. It was about refining you, preparing you, and shaping you without the distractions, without the earthly bonds that might have held you back.
Oh,
But
word.
before we dive deeper into this life-changing message, let's pause for a moment. Take a second to
Hold on, let me go
hit
get my
that
tablet.
like
Let
button.
me get up in the chat with y'all.
Subscribe to our journey as we work together to reach 20,000 subscribers. Drop a comment with the number 99. This powerful number will amplify the energy of this message and send a signal to the universe. And remember, if you are truly a chosen one, you won't stop watching until the very end. That emptiness you felt? It wasn't abandonment. It was refinement. Like gold purified in the fire, your soul has been molded by the very experiences that once seemed to break you. God didn't remove your mother to rob you of love.
No.
He set you apart so you could experience a deeper, more profound love.
Absolutely.
One that isn't rooted in human conditions,
Absolutely.
but flows directly from Him.
Absolutely.
In this solitude, His voice becomes clearer, His
Yeah.
guidance stronger, and His love more intimate.
Paul was good,
He has
man.
been
I'm up in
preparing
the
you
chat
for a
with y'all
purpose
now.
greater than you can comprehend. You were never meant to
Good,
follow
was
the
good,
crowd.
was good.
Your journey has always been different. While others found their security in the warmth of a mother's embrace, you walked a path that, at times, felt isolating. But in reality,
Whoa,
it was a
whoa.
road
Did
for
you hear what he just said? Instead of me, a man that was raised in a household full of women, instead of me being up under my mama and let mama come save me from every motherfucking thing, I went out here and isolated myself from my family and everything else. And everything that I did in the streets, I kept it in the streets. It never went back home. Yeah, it never went back home. Mama and them didn't know what the fuck I was out here doing. So that's another misconception that people have been trying to paint on me. It ain't true. But let's get back to the message.
preparing you for something remarkable. This isolation was not a curse. It
Faith,
was your
what's going
training
on, my
ground.
brother?
It was the space where you learned to rely not on the world, but on God alone. In that quiet, sacred place, you were strengthened and refined, ready to face challenges most will never understand. Like a warrior forged in the wilderness, you were stripped of comforts and distractions until
Sure
only what
was.
truly mattered remained.
Sure
And in that
was.
place of solitude, you learned to trust in something deeper,
God.
something eternal.
God.
Pain that
And
once
His
made
promise.
you feel apart from the world has now become your greatest teacher.
Yup.
The fire you walked through didn't destroy you, it purified you.
Made me
Now, the
resilient.
real question stands before you. Are you ready? Ready to
Absolutely.
embrace the calling, the purpose,
Ready to
and the
punish some
divine
niggas
power that has
in
been
God's
building within
justice.
you all along? This was never about what you lost. It was
Yeah.
about what God was crafting inside you,
Amen.
shaping you into the person you were always meant to become. Your journey has always been a divine
You know me, big
blueprint
dog.
for something extraordinary.
You know me.
And
I'm
now
getting it together.
It's your time. God sees
All these
the
other
love you've
motherfuckers,
always yearned
they just
for,
now
the
getting
kind of
started.
deep,
I've been on it.
soulful connection that you've watched others enjoy and maybe even found yourself longing for at times. But let's face the truth. That void you've felt, the emptiness that may have once seemed so overwhelming, wasn't meant to be filled by mere human hands. It was filled by divine intention.
Yeah.
God needed you to be free from the constraints of earthly attachments because your
So that's
calling,
why I don't
your
hang
purpose
around you
is
niggas no
far
more.
greater than the typical bonds that most people cling to.
It wasn't
You were being
you.
shaped for something much more extraordinary
Look, let me tell you
than
something.
might have ever.
It wasn't you. God uses evil sometimes to get his motherfucking children to wake up and get on their motherfucking mission. He uses evil. He does. So, with that being said, a lot of y'all need to be concerned about where your blessings is really coming from. From the devil. A lot of y'all niggas been misconceived in thinking that it's the Lord when really it's the devil. But let's get back to the message.
Imagine your mission requires a kind of strength that is different from what the world knows.
Yeah.
It's not the strength that
called
comes
don't
from
quit.
constant praise, affirmation,
Oh, you don't give
or
up.
the warmth of a mother's embrace.
Yeah.
No, the strength you've been building has been sustained by something far more powerful, the unwavering, unshakable love of God.
Yeah.
While others may have relied on the comforts they knew, on familiar love or earthly security, you have been sustained by a love that runs deeper and stronger than anything this world can offer.
Yeah.
It's a love that has quietly been working in your life, even when it wasn't obvious. His love has been your anchor, even in your moments of doubt.
Absolutely.
Picture this world as a battlefield, and
That's what it is.
you are a soldier.
Absolutely.
A soldier who has been
5-star
trained,
general.
not in the ways of the world, but in the quiet solitude
Y'all
of
hear it?
isolation,
I'm reaching them
preparing
motherfucking
for a war
goals.
you may not have even realized you were fighting. While many may have found refuge in the embrace of a mother's love, God called you to learn how to stand strong
On your own.
to rely on Him alone.
That's right.
And in that process, you've uncovered a strength that others may never truly understand.
'Cause they
a
weak.
strength forged through hardship.
Can't
tested
stop
by
drinking.
silence, and
Can't
built on
stop
the foundation
hoeing.
of divine
Can't stop drugging.
In the
Can't
stillness,
stop hanging
in the
out.
emptiness,
Can't
where
stop.
another's love
Weak
should have
motherfucker.
been, you found something greater. A love that is perfect,
Yeah.
unwavering, and unshakable.
Yeah.
A love that will never fail,
Never.
no matter the storms you face.
Never.
While others might have searched for comfort in earthly connections, you discovered a love that transcends human understanding. It's a love that isn't fleeting or conditional, but constant and ever-present. What you've gone through, the journey that felt like a void, has been your preparation. It's
Absolutely.
been the forge where your resilience was built, a process that most can't even comprehend.
Hey, Nick, I see you in the building. Hey, Nick,
Distance,
I'm gonna need you to be on these YouTube niggas' asses. Yeah, any of them motherfuckers who got any slick shit or any stupid shit to say, block their ass. Don't time them out. Block them niggas. Get them the fuck out of here. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
struggle, it wasn't a punishment. It was divine preparation. Just like a sculptor chisels away at a block of marble, God has been removing the excess, carving away the parts of you that were never meant to remain. He's been shaping you into something.
I'm gonna show y'all just how much God worked, right? I couldn't do this last year. No, I couldn't do this. I couldn't do this a couple of years ago. But my God, the one that I serve, He got me up on this motherfucker. And y'all done just seen me going, and this is what I do every day. This is what I do every day before I get on live. I say my prayers, I get up. Y'all done been with me, walking with me. I had to take a break off because I had some things to go take care of when it came to my unit and when it came to my motherfucking, you know, me doing what I need to do. So I had business to take care of. But y'all see, I came right back to the business that pays me. Y'all,
Far stronger,
whether you
more
give
people
donations or not,
ready to step
Meta
into the
pays
void
me. Yeah, whether you give me donations or not, Meta pays me. That's why I keep coming back. I'm minding a business that pays me. Weirdo ass niggas. I ain't gotta go sell dope. I ain't gotta trick a bitch about no money. I ain't gotta play on no woman. I live by my motherfucking self. Always have. I done had multiple places by my motherfucking self. Yeah. So all them lies that these niggas been telling y'all, you need to look at the source. See how that nigga living.
As for you,
see how they living.
Moment of distance,
they just told y'all, Nino just told y'all all that motherfucking jewelry and high-end shit is knockoff.
It wasn't a random
he just told y'all that.
Or something to break you. It was God's way of refining you, shaping you, and preparing you to be the vessel He needs
having
for
a
His purpose.
Body of a God, the mind of a God.
Burden, something that weighed you down, is now transforming into the very wings that will lift you higher than you ever imagined.
Absolutely, I told
earthly
him.
Comforts
I got wings.
Were removed.
You don't.
Not to hurt you, but to make room for the divine purpose God is unfolding within you.
Absolutely.
You were never meant to follow the crowd.
Nope.
You
That's
were
why I
never meant
don't.
to be shackled by the same chains that bind others.
Slaves.
God set you apart, sanctified you,
Yes, He
claimed
did.
you as His own.
That's right.
Untainted by the world's shallow definitions of
Belong to the biggest gang in the universe.
Absence, he
Work
saw
for
as
the
his
biggest
presence.
boss in the
What you
universe.
thought was isolation, he saw as an invitation
What about you?
to step into the fullness of who you were always meant to be.
Hold on.
It was never
Hold up real quick. Then y'all know y'all can't buy y'all way into this game? Then y'all know y'all can't buy y'all way into this family? Then you know that? Oh, they didn't explain that to you. Why you was paying tithes and all that shit, going to church. They didn't explain that part to you, did they? You gotta be chosen. To be a part of this family, you gotta be chosen. You can't just be a part of it because everybody else that you hang around is a part of it. Nigga, they was placed in your life for you to be a part of the family. But you fucked up. You fucked up. Straight up. And now you want to hate on me because I was chosen. And your ass wasn't, nigga.
What you were missing. It was about the divine work He was doing in you, shaping you into the person who could stand tall and fulfill His calling. The
6'1".
The emotional
and feel like I'm on
distance
stilts
from your mother was never a mistake.
Nope.
That distance was intentional.
Absolutely.
It was a clear sign that you are chosen.
Since
It
12
may have
years
felt like
old, been on my
abandonment or
own.
neglect at times, but what you endured was part of God's refining fire.
Absolutely.
The difficult conversations, the painful words,
The bullshit
the
family
silence
members,
sometimes
the
seemed
fake ass
deafening.
friends,
They were all
the bullshit
tools
ass
in the hands
niggas
of
in
the
the community
divine.
that thought that they
Like
was
a hammer
motherfucking
against
getting over.
stone, they
Yeah.
were breaking away the parts of you that were never meant to stay.
Absolutely.
Through this divine chiseling, God has shaped you into someone who is stronger, more resilient, and ready to face the storms that lie ahead.
Tell them.
The pain you experienced was not in vain.
Nope.
It was part of your transformation.
Absolutely.
You are now more than you were before. You are a warrior, refined and equipped for the challenges that await you, standing firm with the knowledge that God has
Hey,
been
Miss
with
Curry.
you every step of the way. Your strength is unshakable. Your purpose is clear. And the love that has sustained you will carry you through everything that lies ahead.
Amen.
Every argument, every harsh word, every moment of manipulation wasn't just something you happened to endure. It was part of your shaping.
Yep.
You weren't just wounded, you were refined in the fires of adversity.
Yep.
The struggles you
Regenerated.
faced with your mother were some of the most intense battles of your life.
And y'all don't know that.
These weren't just typical family disagreements.
Nope.
They were spiritual clashes between
Sure
the
was.
person you were meant to be and the roles the world or your family tried to place upon you.
Yep.
You felt the weight of
The
relentless
community.
criticism, the kind that never seems to end. You've experienced manipulation that twisted your emotions and
Sure
left you
have,
questioning
Glenville.
your own worth. At times it felt like emotional sabotage, tearing you down right when you needed support the most.
Yep. Like when my
But
mama
these
died.
weren't random struggles. Each painful moment was part of God's plan,
Yeah.
preparing you for something far greater than the ordinary. Through every challenge, you gained something others can't.
What up, T?
An armor of strength. While others might falter under pressure, you've already endured the furnace of trials.
Amen.
And it has only made you stronger. You are not who you were before.
Sure ain't.
You've been shaped by every battle, every
Sure
hardship,
have.
and now you are more resilient, more capable, and more powerful than ever
And more
before.
fearless.
But there's a question that may still linger in your heart.
So be very
Why?
afraid, niggas.
Why did your relationship with your mother have to be filled with so much pain, confusion, and misunderstanding? The answer is both simple and profound. God never intended for you to find your identity in her. Her presence in your life, with all its complexities, whether driven by jealousy, unhealed wounds, or her own inability to provide what you needed, was never meant to define you. Instead, it was meant to show you that relying on earthly relationships for validation is never enough.
Nope.
Each time you sought her approval and didn't receive it, you were being trained by God to find your worth in Him.
And that's
alone.
why I left at 12.
You weren't meant to draw your identity or your value from
Nope.
the world or even from your family.
Nope. Not
Your
from no
true
motherfucking followers
The value
neither.
that truly matters comes from your Creator.
Absolutely.
Through this struggle, God has made sure you understand this truth deep within your soul. This separation, this emotional distance from your family, especially your mother, is not a sign of failure. In fact, it is a sign of something much greater. You have been chosen for a purpose that goes beyond the ordinary, something that transcends the limits of familial bonds and worldly expectations.
Yeah.
While others may remain tethered to unhealthy family dynamics, you have been set apart by God. He has given you the freedom to walk a unique path, one that rises above the struggles and entanglements that hold others back.
Amen.
The emotional distance you felt is not just a painful reality to endure. It is proof that you've been chosen for something extraordinary.
Amen.
Through every tear, every heartache, and every moment of loneliness, God has been quietly preparing you for a destiny few will ever understand, let alone achieve. You are not defined by your family or by their expectations of you. You are chosen, set apart for a divine purpose that goes beyond earthly ties. The division you've experienced with your mother wasn't a random turn of events.
Sure
It is a
was.
purposeful, divine separation.
Yeah, it was.
This idea is reflected in Scripture.
Made me stronger than a lot of you
51 to
pussy made niggas.
53. Jesus himself says that he didn't come to bring peace, but division.
That's
even
right.
within
You
families.
heard it. You
This
heard it.
division wasn't
You niggas
about
just
creating
heard it.
conflict for
Jesus
its own
wasn't
sake.
sent to bring
It was about
motherfucking
separating
unity.
those
He was sent to
destined
bring
for something
division.
greater from the ordinary. For those who are meant to walk a higher purpose, a divine divide is necessary. Your separation from your mother is not punishment. It's a divine sign that you are set apart. Just as Jesus was misunderstood by his own family in Luke 2:48 to 49, when he distanced himself from their earthly expectations, you too have been called to step away from the limitations and misunderstandings your family might place on you.
Yeah.
This is your invitation to rise above earthly limitations and step into the purpose God has uniquely designed for you. This separation isn't the end of something. It's the beginning of something far greater, something only you are uniquely equipped to fulfill. It's not about what you've lost. It's about the divine path God is leading you down. As you walk it, you will discover a purpose, a strength, and a power that is beyond anything you ever imagined. Your mother may not fully understand the magnitude of your calling. She might even view your path as strange or wrong. But this misunderstanding, it's part of God's design, pulling you away from the comfortable, familiar space to sharpen you for the extraordinary mission that He has set before you. Her disapproval, or lack of understanding, is not a reflection of your worth. It's a reflection of the powerful calling you carry, a calling that defies conventional standards. You were never meant to seek her approval or base your value on her acceptance. The purpose God has for you is beyond the limits of human understanding and expectations.
Yeah.
Yes, the separation can be painful, but it is absolutely necessary. God's love for you is too fierce, too protective, to allow you to remain tethered to anything that could hold you back from reaching the fullness of your divine
Heard
purpose.
that?
This distance, though difficult, is shaping you into someone who will rise above earthly limitations. Your mother, with all of her struggles, her jealousy, her brokenness, cannot possibly grasp the heights to which God is calling you. The criticisms, the manipulations, the misunderstandings, they were never meant to break you. They were meant to build you into someone capable of withstanding the storms ahead, someone who can rise above earthly wounds and draw strength from the divine. Her emotional sabotage was like an anvil in God's hands, forging you into a warrior, someone with the resilience to face trials and challenges. You were never chosen for an easy path. You were chosen for one that demands endurance, strength, and the courage to break free from what weighs you down. Jesus himself understood the pain of being misunderstood by those closest to him. Like him, you are called to a higher purpose, one that may create a distance between you and those you love most. But that gap, it's not an accident. It's the space where God's voice becomes clearer, where his calling becomes undeniable. In this space, you are no longer bound by the expectations of the world, no longer held back by the emotional ties that might keep you stuck.
Yep.
Instead, you are free to walk in the fullness of the purpose God has placed in your life. The division you've felt, especially with your mother, is the clearest sign that God has set you apart. You were never meant to stay confined within earthly relationships that cannot contain the greatness you are called to. You are destined for something far greater, and this separation is God's way of ensuring that nothing hinders you from moving forward. Every tear, every moment of heartache, every argument, these are the steps that are leading you toward the person God is shaping you to become. You are chosen, and the division you felt is the path to greatness. The separation from your earthly mother, with all the heartache and tension it brings, serves a divine purpose. When the love and support that should come from a parent falls short, or even feels absent, you are not abandoned. God himself steps in to fill those gaps in ways that an earthly parent never could.
Absolutely.
This is not simply a consolation. This is part of his intentional design. The distance, the emotional void, propels you toward a deeper relationship with God, one that can't be ignored. Every unmet emotional need, every moment of loneliness serves as a catalyst, drawing you closer to the Creator. God is not just filling in the gaps left by an earthly parent. He is the original source of everything your soul truly craves. An earthly mother may offer nurturing, but God's love goes far beyond that. It is unwavering, boundless, and infinitely perfect. The separation you feel is not punishment. It is the deliberate removal of distractions that could keep you from leaning fully into the strength, protection, and unconditional love only God can provide. What you might have seen as emotional neglect or failure from your mother is actually the very space where God's presence takes root, grows, and strengthens you. He doesn't just meet your needs, he surpasses them in ways you never imagined. In this space of separation, God's presence in your life becomes undeniable. The world might tell you that the bond between parent and child is unbreakable and essential, but God has chosen to break that mold for you.
Absolutely.
While others may cling to those earthly ties, God has loosened them for a reason, to ensure that your attachment to him is unshakable, and your dependence on him alone is the foundation of your life.
Heard that, right?
He wanted you to rely on him, not on the limitations and imperfections of any human relationship.
Amen.
Every tear you've shed And every moment of silence
that you
from
don't
your
know
mother
about.
has been a part of God's plan to build a resilience in you, one that draws strength from a source that will never run dry. Your earthly mother, despite her best intentions, could never have filled the divine role that God holds in your life. Her inability to meet your emotional or spiritual needs was never a reflection of your worth.
Amen.
Rather, it was a signal that those needs were always meant to be fulfilled by your Heavenly Father. God knew that no human could offer you the perfect love, guidance, and protection He provides. This separation you're experiencing is not punishment. It's an invitation to lean fully on Him. It's an invitation to find in God everything you've ever longed for. As the emotional ties to your mother weakened, your connection to God only grew stronger.
Yeah.
The more distant that relationship became, the closer you were drawn into the arms of your Creator.
Yeah.
Through every moment of confusion and pain, God has been waiting for you to realize that He is the one who provides all you need.
Yeah.
He is not just a spiritual crutch. He is the firm foundation beneath your feet, the everlasting source of strength that no earthly relationship could ever replicate.
We're gonna get back into the thing where y'all see me get back into what I do. This is how I study and all of that other shit, all that good shit. Let me get back up in the chat with y'all. Hey, Quetta. Marquita, there she go. I know that's right, Fade. Hey, man, we going to the kingdom, baby. We going to the kingdom. Yeah, we is. How you doing, Miss Saunders? There go my girl, man. I miss you, Miss Saunders. Yeah, I do. All right, let's go ahead and get into some of this Anton Daniels real quick. Because AD got some real touching shit to tell y'all while I punch on this punching bag real quick. Yeah, you know I done got all of that other shit in. I done got the run in and all that other shit. So now it's time to go hit on that bag for a minute. Let loose some frustration.
In the vein of that, I will tell you that we are an emotional people. Last night, as I was ending and then, getting things set up so that I could wrap it up for the live stream online yesterday, I realized that we are an emotional people, and that is the reason. That is one of the primary reasons. Not the only reason, but one of the primary reasons why we find ourselves in the situations that we are in on a regular basis.
Absolutely.
Did you, Pravin? All right, bet. Let me go ahead and check that. Now, Pravin, you know what it is? Because I was out of the country over the past week. I just went and got all of my mail.
So let's go ahead over
and
here.
so I'm going to go and check that. But Pravin, guess what? We are an emotional people. We are very, very emotional.
Absolutely.
And most of the decisions that we make are based off of our emotions, both men and women. And I will tell you that that is probably the worst decision that you can make.
Absolutely.
Of all of the decisions, when I replay things over my life, when I was thinking about this, and I just said, you know what, I have to have this conversation on the Millionaire Morning Show before we get into tariffs, before we get into what's going on. I will tell you that for my men, and I'm going to speak about it from both perspectives, for my men, do you know why we champion and we celebrate the whole idea of, yo, don't nobody better say nothing to me or I'm a crash out. It's worth crashing out for disrespect. I seen somebody online the other day and he said, yo, we forego working 8 hours and take penitentiary chances to do 25 to life so that we don't have to work 8 hours a day.
Facts. Blows my mind.
And it's not even like that profound of a statement, but it doesn't make it any less true. We will take penitentiary chances doing 25 to life because we don't want to work 8 hours. Think about that for a second.
I know a lot of niggas that do it.
You're willing to risk your freedom, never see your daughter again, never see your grandkids, never see anybody grow up.
Most of these niggas don't
all
care.
because you got to stand on business. And I don't think that we're emotionally intelligent. And it's bad for business.
Yeah.
We make emotional decisions when it comes to the people that we then get into a relationship with, which spawns from the conversation that I was having last night on the panel. it was such a foreign concept when I was saying, listen, you have to evaluate, and this is applicable for women too. When I said, yo, you need to evaluate the people that are playing a role in your life and the relationships that you have based off of where you're going.
Yeah.
It's like a revelation.
Right over their head.
Nicholas Henry said, don't say we. You're making an emotional statement right there. Because you saying that tells me that you're not emotionally intelligent enough to separate yourself from the conversation and look at it as an overall disposition towards the community at large. When I say we, obviously it doesn't mean that it's even applicable to me. It may not be applicable to you. But I'm talking about our cultural norms. That means
I want to buy your house. I can pay you cash for your house no matter what condition it's in. If you need to sell your house for any reason, click the button under this.
Means when you say that, it tells me that you're thinking exactly like what I'm describing. Because we are not even emotionally intelligent enough to make a smart decision. When it comes to the conversations that we're having on this platform, there are people that will forego the insight and information. I may have 90% of what I say as far as what I believe, my belief system, right? I could be incredibly conservative and you could think that you for everybody, you for the streets, you can be super liberal. But the 10% of the information that could change your life financially or the experience that I communicate to you, you'll forego it because you don't like me hurting you, which means that you're making an emotional decision about your future because you don't care for me. Do you know how many people I didn't care for, but that I made sure that I made a business decision to get the information? And so that's I don't even care. Y'all don't care for the majority of the people that you work with on your job. But you go in there and do your job. Why? Because you're making a business decision. You have to, the smart ones, divest themselves and don't get caught up in all of the mess that's going on at their jobs. And they don't make their jobs their life because you realize, yo, I am here to make money. I am here to feed my family. I am here to trade in my time for money so that I can hopefully do something better in the future. But this is just a stepping stone. This is a way for me to make money. I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to make money. So we can make smart decisions most of the time because some of y'all will go and crash out and get fired because you don't like the way somebody says something to you. You will go and absolutely destroy your family and break up your whole family because you made an emotional decision. You getting in trouble for the decision that you're making as far as breaking up your family was an emotional decision. So you got an emotional decision on top of emotional decision on top of an emotional decision. You made an emotional decision to get involved with somebody that you wasn't supposed to get involved with, which then led to her making an emotional decision to break up her family, which then made you have an emotional decision about beefing with her, and now the kids are going to suffer with it, and you can't make a logical decision to save your life. Most of the people that I've gotten on coaching calls with, they are having self-inflicted wounds. They're looking for somebody else to blame, and they cannot make a logical decision to save their life because they've never been taught how to control their emotions. And we all have emotions. What you do is the end game. That is the determining factor for whether you're going to be successful. The determining factor in everything you do in your life, business-wise, what curriculum you're going to go into, what college you're going to go to, what woman you decide that you want to invest yourself into, whether or not you're going to wear a rubber or condom, if you have kids, every single decision, if you're going to get up in the morning and take care of business and make sure that you go to work, or if you just going to lay there because you don't feel like it, it's always feelings involved. And if we put ourselves, if we get rid of our feelings when making logical decisions, then we will have a much better outcome for our life.
Absolutely. Absolutely, AD. Absolutely.
You can't fathom the idea of picking a spouse and understanding that that is the most important business decision that you'll ever make in your entire life.
Yeah.
You're emotional about it. We're emotional about it. Everything is emotions. I don't like him, so I'm not going to get the information from them. I don't have to hear it from them. I need to see it from somebody that looks like me. I don't really care because I don't like this guy and it doesn't matter what they do, I'm not going to ever rock with Trump because do you think that me not necessarily caring for Biden or Kamala Harris had anything to do with whether or not I was going to take advantage of whatever it is that they did inside of the White House? It's one of the reasons why my platforms exploded last year because I was very much invested in what they did. I watched their every move. I streamed on everything. I had a conversation and a commentary about it. Of course, I am invested in what Kamala Harris and Joe Biden did.
Absolutely.
You think that I wasn't going to cover them because I didn't necessarily like them? I absolutely was going to cover them because it was good for business. It was good for business. I put my own emotional distress aside from the fact that they were president and vice president of the United States of America, and I had to make a decision on whether or not I was going to capitalize off of it because everything is a business decision. Everything is a business decision. I look at all of these people. I shouldn't even be giving y'all this type of game, but I'm about to give it to you. I look at all of these people that start all of these. Listen, on TikTok, it's 1,000 Anton Daniels.
Yeah, pretty much.
On TikTok, there is 1,000 Anton Daniels on TikTok. And at first, when it first started happening on Instagram, and I started seeing all of these duplicate accounts, I discovered them because there was a lot of people that was reaching out to people under the guise that they were me in order to try to finesse people. And so we had to make a decision to try to get all of these different accounts removed. Then somebody hit me up and they said, Anton, I want to take your content and repurpose it on TikTok. And at first I was like, And then I seen another person, they just did it. They just took my content and was like, sure, we posting every day. They post on TikTok more than I do. And then it's the Clip Chaser Ant, and it's the Daniels, and it's the A Daniels, and it's the Anton Daniels the third, and it's the Daniels, and I just looked up and I was looking at it one day and I said, let them eat.
Yeah, that means you winning, big homie. You winning. You got motherfuckers that's jocking your swag, taking your shit, and all that, you winning. See, what I do with the man is I promote him. Yeah, I do. I'm the one who got a lot of y'all motherfuckers hip to him. Charleston White, too. Y'all following me, y'all got hip to a lot of motherfuckers, man. So, you know, it is what it is.
Let them eat.
Yeah.
I didn't say, no, I can't let them eat off of me. I can't let them start to do. You know what? I looked at it and I started to pay attention to what people before me did. And I said, wait a minute. One of the things that I said that I wanted to do was to make sure that everybody hopefully was talking about me. And I said that the best thing for me to do with that is to make a strategic decision, right? Now, what did that mean? I looked back at different content creators, and I'm not going to say their name because I don't want to deep dive into it too far, but I looked at different content creators. I haven't been talking, but I realized that the connection had went out, but now that we got our connection back because I switched over into a different thing, we going to rock, so we just going to keep the show going. If y'all having problems at all, then go ahead and restart the stream, but we there. I made the conscious decision to say, wait a minute, let them rock.
Yeah.
Because all they're doing, they may be eating too, but
It's
they're
promotion
actually
for
blowing
you.
me up on top of it.
Exactly. It's promotion for you, AD. So let them niggas eat, man. See, I don't have a problem with niggas eating off of what I do. But nigga, don't try and sit up there and act like you the nigga who came up with this and fuck me. Don't sit up there and try and do that shit, man. For real, that's just being disrespectful. Totally disrespectful. I'm just keeping it gangster.
Let me say that again. They may be eating too, but they're definitely blowing me up on top of it. So now they are basically eating
It's a
and they doing the
win-win.
legwork when it comes to making
It's a
a smart
win-win.
decision on how it is that we can continue to rock.
It's a win-win.
Why wouldn't I allow for them to continue to do what they're doing? Why wouldn't I allow for them to continue to rock? Why wouldn't I allow for them to continue to promote me? They win, I continue to win, but I had to remove my emotions so that I could make a smart decision. I had to remove my emotions so that I could make a logical
I started experiencing.
You heard what he said, right? We as content creators sometimes have to make the difficult decision of, are we gonna lash out at motherfuckers because what the fuck they be on and all that? Yeah, me too, Nick. I had a call. Yeah, I had to update some information and shit like that, so I had to go on here and take that call. But like I say, and all y'all really doing is getting a eye opener of what it partakes in my day. You feel what I'm saying? What I go through before y'all see me on live. Before you even see, I'm up at 4:30 every motherfucking morning. I don't go to sleep till like about fucking 1, 2, sometimes 3 o'clock. But on them days that I don't get to bed till like about 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, I don't wake up till like about 8, 9 o'clock. And then I'm on air by 10, 11 because I got to do all of this. Yeah, I got to clean my house up. I got to make sure that everything is going copacetic for the day and all of that so that I can spend some time with y'all. But what Anton said was absolutely correct. We as content creators sometimes got to put our personal feelings and emotions to the side in order to provide motherfucking proper information for y'all. We do. Like, I kept working the whole time during when I was going through my thing with my mama, because that's something that mama would want me to do. She wouldn't want me taking off from fucking work. She wouldn't. No, she dead and gone. Ain't shit, you know, shit we can do to bring her back. She gone. Why should I put my life on hold? Her dreams for me was to be successful. That was her dreams for me. So why the fuck would I disrespect my mom, even in death? See, there's a lot of people running around out here talking about ancestors this, ancestors that. We need to stick together and all this all other bullshit, right? What did that motherfucking message say before? Jesus wasn't sent here for us to come together. No, he was sent here for the division. He was sent here to show y'all the bullshit people from the real people that God sent. And that's the honest to goodness truth. A lot of these motherfuckers have been deceived by the world, especially these niggas that idolize these fucking rappers. Especially them niggas. Grown ass 50, 60-year-old motherfuckers still acting like they teenagers. Some things you ain't supposed to change about yourself, but you always supposed to grow up. You always supposed to fucking grow up. A lot of principles and morals, but see, that let me know that a lot of these niggas, their mammies wasn't around to instill motherfucking principles and morals into them. Not at all. Not at all. They wasn't around. Mine was. Mine took me to Disney World. I'll never forget that trip. Hell no, man. It took us motherfucking what? So we went on a seven day motherfucking thing down there at Epcot Center and Disney World down in Florida. But we drove from Cleveland all the way down there. And we did timeshare. That's what today y'all call Airbnbs, but it was called timeshare back then. We did that. It was a memorable trip. Man, there's a hurricane behind us when we was coming back. It was a tornado behind us when we was going down. And then on the way coming back, it was a fucking hurricane behind us. Yup. I'll never forget that the little white boy caught a motherfucking baby hammerhead shark. And he thought the motherfucker was dead. And he tried to stick his finger down in his motherfucking mouth. And when he pulled his finger out, that motherfucker said. I said, See, I told you don't do it. Soon as he pulled his finger up out the motherfucking mouth, that motherfucker said, yeah. I said, that fish ain't dead. That fish ain't dead. He kept saying, yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. I said, no, it ain't. No, it ain't. For real. Like I say, I remember a lot of things, man, about my childhood that a lot of niggas wanted me to regret or to forget about. It wasn't gonna happen. It wasn't gonna happen. A lot of niggas, man, was jealous of how I was raised. My own niggas, jealous of how I was raised. But it come to show they wasn't really my niggas. They was some envious motherfuckers. Yup. Most niggas don't even know who their real fucking fathers is. But they sitting up here mad because I know about mine. I know about mine. He wasn't shit, but I'm just saying, I know him. I knew him. I met him. I lived with him for a little while. Found out that he wasn't shit for myself. Wasn't nothing that my mama had to tell me. My mama told me one time, your daddy ain't shit. And after that, she never spoke bad or said anything about my father ever again. Ever again. One time she did that. And then she let me learn on my own. That nigga ain't shit. I respect the fuck out of my mama for that. For real. One thing my mama never did to me was lie to me. I don't give a fuck. Whether she was right or wrong, she never lied. That's where I get it from. See, if I tell a lie to a motherfucker, it's for you, not for me. It's not to hurt your feelings. It ain't for me. Trust me. Trust me. It's so that you don't get exposed. It's so motherfuckers don't look at you strange. But these are the same people that have no problem with motherfucking making me look like a fool or trying to paint a picture that's fucked up about me. And that's sad. That's truly fucked up. That's truly fucked up, man. I really don't have too much to really chop it with y'all about today. Like I told KK, and you know, I didn't mean no gripe to Miss KK. Matter of fact, KK, I'm gonna hit you up when I get off the line. Just let you know it ain't no hard feelings, sweetie. Like, no, I really don't have nothing to really talk to y'all really about, cause everybody's set in their own special motherfucking thing right now. Me, I'm working for the Lord. Everybody else that was committing sin and doing all this old ungodly ass shit, they trying to find God. They trying to put in an application for the Lord right now. I'm already employed. I've been employed for a long time. That's why I'm in early retirement. Because I've been motherfucking doing my job for God for a long time. And I'm tired. I'm tired. Only difference is God ain't gonna remove me from you niggas like how he removed Jesus. He ain't gonna remove me like that. Nope, I'm gonna live out my days. Yup. And guess what? My days is way longer than a lot of y'all's. Yeah, y'all days is numbered. My motherfucking days, promising. Promising, yo. So, like I say, I tell people all the time, man, the niggas that roll with me and really roll with me, y'all gonna be blessed, man. Let me put it to you like this. For the niggas who been rocking with me for 3 years or better, because this is my 4th season. The niggas who been rocking with me for 3 seasons or better, look at where your life was when you first started watching me, when I was drinking and being reckless and shit all on air. Look at your life then and look at your life now. Just look at it then and look at it now. I'm going to tell you right now, the blessings about to come in abundantly now. Yeah, because we done withstood the test. They're about to really come in now. And you already know how God works. When you least expect it, that's when that motherfucker blessing come on in. So, all I'm going to tell y'all is just keep up the great work. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls that's rocking with me, keep up the great work, man. Don't let these motherfuckers try and detour you. Understand, when motherfucker trying to get you to be on some fuck shit, them people are evil. They're evil as fuck. Understand that. Okay? And once you get that shit in your head and you put it in your lifestyle, you'll see yourself gravitating away from them people. Away from them type people, man. I keep telling y'all, it's okay to be alone. I've been alone my whole life. Even when I was in a room full of motherfuckers. Even when I hung around a community full of motherfuckers, I was alone. So, don't be afraid to be alone. It strengthens your character. It makes you a resilient motherfucker. And like dude said, it also gives you time to get with the Creator so that he can work his way into your life. Because he done seen them injustices. Yeah, he done seen and heard all of the plots and plans that tear you down and all that. That's why he pointed you in a different direction. He gave you a different look on life. He exposed them motherfuckers for who they were to you. So now your job is to expose them to the rest of the world so don't nobody else get caught up in their fucking web. That's your job. Expose that nigga. Expose that hoe. So don't nobody else get caught up. Straight up. But that's only if you love God. Yeah. And stay out of God's way. When you done gave it to him, stay out his way. Let him do his work. Let him do his work. Like I said, it's not going to happen overnight. It's going to take some time. But, when it comes, it's going to be well worth the wait. Well worth the wait. But, like I say, I got to get on up out of here. I told y'all I'm working on the book. You know. And then my outlines to the book, different chapters, dating, delusion is real, reality, benefits, accountability, shit like that. You know, it's my outline. And I just got to get the filling in the outline now. So, I'm working. Again, I'm not going to tell y'all what the title is because we got too many swagger jackers around here. Too many motherfuckers who don't have no creativity and ain't got their own shit popping. And that corny ass shit that they think is funny, it ain't funny. Nah, it ain't funny. It's corny. Exactly. So, like I say, I got work to do. I just wanted to stop in and let y'all know I ain't crashing out. Yeah, I may be going through something, but I ain't crashing out. Nah, fuck, no. I just need for y'all to go out here and do what's right. Okay? And with that, we up out of here. We up out of here, man.